Hey guys, it's Katie here with Life the Mundane and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm excited. We are going to take you along with us as we do a lesson of Story of the World, Volume 4. This is really exciting for us. We have loved this history curriculum and this is our 4th year using it. We have done it a lot of different ways and I've actually done a video all about how we organize Story of the World that you can see up in the iCards or down in the description below. But today I'm going to show you what our lessons look like and how we do our lessons in the car. That's right, we take all of our lessons with us and this is something we love to do on the go. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Let's get started. Hi, my name is Katie and welcome to Life in the Mundane. I am second generation homeschool mom of 6 beautiful kiddos, and on this channel we talk all things resources. I love to share with you resources that are going to help you in your homeschooling and help encourage you in your biblical parenting and how you can utilize those to their fullest potential so that you can make the most of the little moments. Now, before we take you on this lesson, I do want to say that this is a video that is done in collaboration with my friend Yasmin from over Mommy on the Move. Yasmin decided to put together a playlist so that you guys could get to see how different moms do Story of the World. There are videos from each of the 4 volumes, so you can find videos that are in the volume you're working on, but I would encourage you to watch through the whole playlist because you'll be able to find tips and tricks and see different methods that different moms use to make Story of the World work for them and their family. So let's jump into the lesson.
So when it's time for us to leave for tutoring, which is when we usually do our history, each kid will go and grab their history book that contains their coloring sheets from that page, and then they'll get their pencil boxes as well. This will allow them to be able to color their pages as well as to write notes in them. We color code each of their notebooks so that it's easily identifiable by child, and they can grab their supplies and take it out to the car so that they're all ready to go.
So each week we head off to tutoring, and so we always do our history lessons in the car on the way to tutoring. Thanks to Story of the World's audio CDs, we absolutely love these, and I highly recommend that if you're going to be doing this study that you get the CDs, whether you listen to them all the time or whether you just have them for times when you don't want to read. So we'll do that in here. While the kids are listening to the Story of the World CDs, they each have their own notebooks. They'll be coloring a picture of what they're hearing about. On the back, the kids are instructed to either write or draw some notes on the back about something else they heard, and then we will discuss it in the car. So let's take a look at what that looks like.
Chapter 3, British Invasion. To the north and India to the south. By the time that Dost Muhammad became its leader, Afghanistan had already been invaded over and over again. First, the Mongols had taken the country over. Then a prince of India named Babur had added part of Afghanistan to his Indian empire. Persia, which lay along Afghanistan's western border, moved in to take over the rest of Afghanistan. They sent a message to the Shah of Persia. The message warned the Persians that if the invasion continued, Persia would be considered enemy. But he didn't want to make enemies of the entire British Empire. So the Persian soldiers all withdrew from Afghanistan. Britain had won the first match that he decided to display the best American map that he could. He walked up to David Livingston, took off his hat, and said,
What I like about these CDs is that they are divided each chapter into 2 separate tracks. So you can play 1 track at a time or 2. We personally like to do 1 chapter at a time.
All right, now that we are done with our lesson, we are going to ask the kids what they learned.
Oh, yeah. Basically, a guy that was a missionary period from going to Africa, come back for a long time. Then they sent a messenger out to find him. He found him alive, but he did not want to go back to England.
He was reading some books one night, and then he heard this Christian telling about how he lived in Africa, and he was telling about his missionary journey, and that guy listened to the stories and then wanted to go be a missionary. So he went and became a doctor and left to go to Africa. Yeah. I learned that he buried his heart because it was their tradition, and he wrapped his body, and yeah.
Yep, you're right. They buried his heart under a tree because that was the African tradition, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what did David Livingstone make that helped people in the future?
Africa?
Yeah, he made maps of Africa, and that actually helps people know about this country that they didn't know anything about, right?
Uh-huh.
So normally on our way home, we will listen to an audiobook. So we listen to our history lesson on the way there, and then usually we listen to an audiobook on our way home. And typically that is the time that we'll reserve that has to do with our history lesson. We try to have history read-alouds and regular read-alouds. However, we were very close to finishing our current fun read-aloud, which was The Baxter Family, the best family ever, I believe is what it's called. And so we just finished that up. I told the kids we'd do that today instead because I have some fun YouTube videos that I want to show the kids in relation to our history lesson talking about David Livingstone. So we are home and we are now going to go inside, and then later this afternoon we will look up those videos and talk more about David Livingstone. Now, one key thing about doing history lessons in the car is making sure that they bring their stuff back inside, right? It doesn't always happen, but usually it does. We try to remind them when they forget, but to come and get their history books and their pencil boxes. I do like the fact though that the pencil boxes make it easy for them to carry their supplies in and out though. This one fell asleep in the car on the way home. Didn't you?
No.
Once inside, we had fun looking up some YouTube videos for kids all about David Livingstone, learning more about his life and the other things that we were able to discuss. If you guys don't use YouTube for your history, I highly recommend you do so. Just simply type in whatever topic you're learning about and then type in for kids afterwards, and you can oftentimes find some fantastic videos out there that'll help expound on the things you're learning about. We took this time to just discuss a little bit more, and the kids were able to get more of a visual of what we had been talking about, and then we wrapped up our lesson for the day. It's as easy as that.
As you can see, our story of the world just looks a little bit different than everybody else's, but that's what we love about it, and that's what makes it unique. Each week varies a little bit on how we handle the lessons, whether we do an activity or not. I found over the years that doing an activity for each lesson is just not super practical, but we will find specific lessons that stand out to us or my kids really gravitate towards and find extra activities or read-alouds to do with those. We just kind of take our prompts from them on that one and how far they would like to dig. But we do always read the lesson, review the lesson, go over the questions, and either have some kind of read-aloud or video that we do with it. And we've really enjoyed that. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the playlist and check out my video on how we organize our story of the world, and be sure to subscribe because coming up here in just a week or so, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few tips that I have for homeschooling on the go. So not just with Story of the World, but with any curriculum, how you can take it on the go with you. So we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.